This is the CHRILLCAST. I'm Chris.
And I'm Will.
And I'm Wow.
And today is Tuber Tuesday. And before we get started on that, Mr. Wow, why don't you tell everybody about your channel?
It's just WowSuchGaming, doing analysis and whatnot, and overly obsessed with zombies. That's about it.
And Will, who are we covering today?
RoanokeGaming.
I think Mr.
yes,
Wow down there might know a little bit about him.
Yeah, I knew Roanoke way back. I've known him for about 2 years. Right when he was, I think, about 60, 70K subscribers. He had been growing for a while. And I had talked to him for a bit, and I'm not trying to say... I remember he was like, I watched your Left 4 Dead lore videos, and it gave me some inspiration.
Mm-hmm.
But he's a really cool guy, and... he's like the perfect balance of brain and brawn, as I could say. He is a swole nerd.
Swole nerd.
And he uses it pretty well because, I mean, he's really grown over the years, and it's been fun working with him. I've collabed with him on a couple of videos, and he is a really smart motherfucker. Excuse my language. Like, he is what I wish I could do when it comes to the in-depth analysis stuff, and he gets really into it, and it's really interesting to watch how he divulges just these small characters. And it's really cool. I enjoy what he puts out there.
He's going to put that on a shirt. Smart mother.
Yeah, hell yeah. There you go.
Roanoke Gaming. Yeah, that's a better shirt. Yeah, Roanoke Gaming should make that shirt. Swole nerd.
Hell yeah.
Swole brain.
Do it, bro.
But yeah, we were excited to cover this channel with you on here, and we appreciate you doing the intro. Is there anything else you want to say about his channel?
Make sure to subscribe because he is on the verge of 400K. He is really close, and I told him a couple months ago, because this is before he was churning out like 2-3 videos a week, which I know that's been he's a bit on burnout for that, but he's been on that grind. I really appreciate how he's been doing that. But I told him a couple months ago, he's like, I got to 450,000 subscribers. I'm like, you're gonna hit 400K before the end of the year. I know you will. It's like, nah, it's not gonna happen. Well, I mean, we're not even in December, and he's 5K away from it. So
yeah,
you're gonna hit that goal, man. You're gonna hit it.
Absolutely. Cool.
But if you like analysis videos and you like them where it's specific characters versus me, where I just do vague lore and then just talking about how your dumbass would die.
yeah.
He gets way more in depth about the specific characters and the little entities in there, and it's really freaking cool. I mean, he's a freaking scientist, so of course he knows what he's talking about. I'm just a radio guy. What do I know what I'm talking about?
You got the voice and the charm, though, so.
There you go. They can only go so far against zombies, though.
Yeah.
I love this zombie. Please don't bite me.
Yeah.
It's 2 tickets to Metallica this weekend if you don't bite me.
They're like, yes, the crowds, the brains.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me, and never forget to stay well, guys.
Remember, guys, subscribe to WowSuchGaming. Thank you so much for doing the intro with us, and we're going to roll into the rest of the video.
Absolutely. So I'll just roll off those stats unless Will wants to take over today.
No, go ahead, man. This is your sting. This is like one of the very few scripts that I've written, but Chris can still do it.
Okay, so I'm going to do the hidden Xperia finger guns.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry. So for Roanoke Gaming, all right, so what I usually do, Will's got this out of order. That's fine. I'll just roll with it.
That's not out of order.
At the time of making this video. No, this is not how I do it. All right, that's fine, but we'll go with it. All right. The current subscriber base of Roanoke Gaming is 396,000 at the time of making this video. He could hit 400K before we even release this video, so...
Is it 396 now?
Preemptively, I'm going to say congratulations. Yes, that is correct.
So it's gone up 2,000 in 2 days. Good job, man.
And his channel was created in November 11th, 2017, and his total views, let's see if we can get an updated number since Will's statistics are off here. Oh no, lots of sixes. 66,661,524
He doesn't have the
views.
outdated statistics every week too.
I do.
And he just
I do.
Updates it real time. Pain in the ass.
I usually do. Yeah. So the description of his channel says, "Have you ever wondered what the biology and science behind your favorite video game characters are? Well, wonder no further. I graduated with my biology degree." Hey, Will, you should team up with Roanoke. A while back, and now use it to cover in-game characters such as morphology, evolution, hypotheses, and on how they got certain ways, along with many more offshoots. Thanks for watching, Roanoke Gaming, guys. And he has a Patreon, a Discord, and if you want more science-based content on his second channel, which is Croatoan Medical, here's the link. I've watched that. I didn't realize that was him. That's awesome.
He has several channels. So he has like a streaming channel. He has the main channel. I think there's 4 altogether. I might be wrong on that. Might just be 3.
I did not know Croatoan Science was him. That's awesome. Cool. So that's good to know. What was his first? Oh yeah. Okay. Well, you tell me. What is he mostly known for? How about you do that one?
Yeah. So he's mostly known for sci-fi, horror, explanation, explored videos. So basically taking a character or like an actual movie. I don't know why it came out that way. A character or like some kind of plague or something in a game or in a sci-fi movie, and then just going into depth about it, like explaining like what the mutation rate would be and explaining kind of like the science behind the movie when the movie didn't actually give it to you. So I was recently listening to the one that he just released on the arachnid bugs in Starship Troopers, and it was just really fascinating. Like how he talked about how the certain amount of oxygen that would have to be in the atmosphere for those bugs to get that big, and how it would actually be poisonous to people. And it's like, basically you have to do a little bit of movie magic for this actually to coexist without oxygen masks on and stuff. It's pretty cool.
I have to watch this now. I didn't know he did this.
Yeah, it just came out. I will say it's frustrating because they call them arachnids and bugs, and it's like that's not at all the same thing. But that's not his fault. They do that in the movie, and I haven't read the books yet, so I don't know what they do in the books.
And Neil Patrick Harris is in Starship Troopers. Just wanted to remind people. That was like one of his first big roles, actually.
He pets the giant brain bug in the end. I remember that.
Yeah, and he's in the third one,
too.
It
Feels Fear. Oh, is there 3 of them already?
There's actually 4 Starship Trooper movies. There's the trilogy, and then there's like a reimagining CGI version of the first movie that follows the book more closely. But it still has the shower scene, because for some reason we have to have shower scenes in all the Starship Trooper movies.
Yeah, so that first shower scene the thing is, I understand the concept because like everyone's so desensitized that men and women are showering together like nothing. And what's funny about that is that I was young when I first saw this movie, and I was watching it with my dad. And right when that scene came on, my mom walked into the room, and she's like, "What are you exposing my child to?" It's like completely like, how did she time that? It's fine that people are getting chopped in half by these giant insects, but that scene, no.
Anyways, I'm happy that he covered this movie, so I'm gonna definitely have to watch this one now. I didn't even realize he did this.
Well, he covers like all of the movies and the games that I really like, and also things that like I've maybe thought about watching, but I'd rather just have a scientific breakdown on it.
You guys need to cover that ant fungi together.
Yes.
Roanoke will definitely
Will
will definitely cover that with you if you want.
I will cover any scientific topic. Let's do it. Anything with biology.
Will's a PhD in biology, so definitely could help if Roanoke needs any
movie,
help.
This is not meant to, let's cut this out. This is not meant to be like a plug for me.
It is meant to be a plug for me. No. Sorry. I'll put this at the end. Maybe. We'll see. I might just cut it all out. All right, so let's go back to this. So what is his first or oldest video?
Let's look it up.
We will.
It's not going to change what I have, but you never know.
The slasher doesn't care about your armor. War.
Yeah, so the first thing I can type about this is that the quality is pretty good, but his titles have gotten much better.
And I think this is more of a slideshow looking video. I can't remember. Like his video editing has gotten much better too.
Yes. Well, I mean, the overall content has gotten better, but I still think this is a pretty good video. That is a creepy image, though. Oh my goodness.
Terrifying.
But yeah, what is that thing dangling out of his stomach? What is that?
That's probably intestines. I don't know.
Ugh.
So yeah, that was his first video, and the thing I noticed was all of his letters in the title were lowercase. Like there was nothing highlighted. Like if you look at his newer stuff, Doom full caps, every word has a first letter capitalized, like most titles do on YouTube. So he's changed quite a bit from his beginnings to now. What's his top video?
This one actually surprised me, but I think it is
Metro 2033. Huh.
Yeah, I think it released right when the hype for the newest Metro Exodus was building up. I think that's why this one is the most popular.
Because I've thought about picking up Metro, but every time somebody describes what Metro is, I'm always like, nah, it's not for me.
Get the Redux version. It is pretty good.
Is it?
It's a little different. Like I don't think it controls as well as some other FPSs, but it's still pretty good.
Yeah. Anyways, but this is a good video. I have no complaints about it, and it's most popular video. It's over 1 million views. You know, orders of magnitude higher than our most popular video.
It doesn't make it any better.
But clearly, he has had success.
Yeah, well, he's found a really interesting niche where he goes into these just ridiculous situations in movies and games, and then puts a scientific spin on it. Like, how could I actually make this like work practically in the real world? And sometimes he explains like there is no explanation for this. I'm just gonna make the best case assumption, which is essentially what science is. Yeah, like with the arachnid video, he had to do that where it's like, this doesn't really make any sense, so I'm going to have to just, you know, move on essentially from this point.
Yeah. So I guess maybe we can move on to what we like about Roanoke.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think it's pretty obvious that I love science, so I like the fact that he has like these kind of scientific breakdowns in some of his videos. Like, I don't know. The thing is, I didn't like the Doom game or the Doom movie rather, and there's a lot of movies that he covers that I did not like. But I watched the video because I like his scientific explanation of what's going on. He was explaining. I don't remember which one it was, VHS or Wreck or something, where they're talking about like an infection inside of a building, and again, the movie is terrible, but his explanation is really interesting, and like how rabies could actually transmit through a building that quickly, and like matching up to real world science and how this could actually happen. It's pretty cool.
And since he's one of the few channels that explain the Chimera, that was actually how I discovered his channel about a year ago, was the Chimera videos from Resistance, because Resistance doesn't have a lot of channels covering the lore, especially since the franchise is essentially dead.
Yeah, it is dead.
Sony probably won't bring it back, but Resistance was a great series.
It's because they had no consistency between the games, but continue.
But regardless, the Chimera in the games are super interesting, and the evolution of them in the Chimera hybrids and the Chimera proper was very, very... I don't know. I found myself listening to all of his videos all the way through like 3-4 times on this because I was trying to understand it. Because I played Resistance 1, 2, Resistance... Was Fallen Man the first one, or is it the PSP game? I don't remember.
Fallen Man is the first one.
Okay, yeah. So that one, and then the PSP one, and then there was supposed to be a second one on the Vita, but I think they only ended up releasing one on the Vita. Regardless, Resistance
there might be two on the handhelds. I don't know which ones are
one on PSP, one on Vita, I think.
Okay.
But I never... They weren't as good, but they had the stories. Like, you wanted to play through the story. So instead of having to play this horrible PSP port of a first-person shooter, I just listened to his video and got the story caught up.
Exactly. Yeah.
So, like, for games that, like, you don't want to struggle through, like, imagine if there was just this horrible Halo game you didn't want to play. Like, if he covered it, like, you'd be good. You wouldn't have to ever play that game ever again, and you could skip through to the next game. Like, sweet. But it's like, for me... channels like his, sometimes games are just not very good, but the lore and the idea behind them are amazing, and scientifically they're really cool. And a channel like his really highlights that, like the creative art, the creative background to a game that you just never would see because these games are so terrible that you would never play them. So like a channel like his existing is amazing. Does that make sense? I hope I'm not like completely...
No, yeah, it totally makes sense.
Okay. So if you want to know lore behind games, even games that you would never play, like, this is a perfect channel for you. Now,
Agreed.
What are some things you think that Mr. RoanokeGaming could work on?
Very few, honestly. So I really enjoy his content, and I mean, something I normally say was like put out more content, but he's been putting out a ton recently. I think that his thumbnails are actually pretty consistent. He does change the font on them sometimes, but for whatever reason, just the way that like he puts like some kind of an effect on the imagery, and it's almost like his brand. So I can tell just by that effect that he puts on the thumbnail that it's his video. However, just for consistency's sake, putting his logo on every single thumbnail may help drive views and make sure people know that that's your video. But honestly, other than that, I think he's really killing it right now.
I think it'd be cool to do some collabs, though.
Well, yeah, true. I mean, always collabs. I think he obviously does collabs with WowSuchGaming. I think he's done some with Hidden Xperia as well, actually.
I think you're right, because they did like the crossover between the Doom and Master Chief, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
And then, but I was thinking more along the lines of picking somebody in the same, kind of in the same realm of scientific explanation, where like an Installation 00 collab would be pretty cool.
Yeah, that would be cool.
I know Hidden Xperia does that kind of stuff too, but I think he could expand his horizons in the Halo space.
Mm-hmm. And a lot of different spaces too, because I mean, like just one, because his name is not specific, and two, he covers such a wide variety of things. He can really touch into basically every sci-fi universe, and fit in with whatever fandom's already there. So he could really do some collaborations and grow his existing fan base for sure.
That's totally true. Yeah, like he could grab the science behind anything. Like, I don't know if he's done Dead Rising yet, but he should.
Yeah,
with the Hornets, the Wasps, that'd be a really great explanation. If he hasn't already done it, he might have. I just might have missed it. Let's see here. So what do we predict for his channel? Clearly 400K, but after that,
I think that it's all up and up. I think he's definitely gonna hit 400K by the end of the year. I mean, he's already gone up by 2,000 in the last 2 days, which is crazy. And I think that by 2022, the same time, I think he's going to be 800K, if not 900K.
Really?
Because I mean, again, like his content doesn't die out because he's not tied to one genre or one property. So I mean, there are thousands and thousands of movies and thousands of games that he could explain like this. And just continues to have, he has a never-ending content stream.
Yeah, I didn't think about that. You're right. He could literally do anything, like RoanokeGaming. You know, the only thing that's limiting is the gaming aspect, right? Like he could cover anything, but the gaming kind of makes people think he's always doing gaming, even though it's not always what he's doing. Clearly, with Starship Troopers, he has discovered other things as well. Maybe you could.
Yeah, I don't know how to, because if you put like Roanoke Explored, the thing is, the reason why I was first attracted to the channel is because I love the story of the colony and like the Roanoke colony and Croatoa and everything like that. So people might get confused at first if you say like Roanoke Explored, but I mean they're still coming there for RoanokeGaming, and it's, you know, he has lots of movie stuff.
Now I'm gonna have to go Google Roanoke and the story behind it.
You don't know this?
Nope.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I'll tell you after this. It's like one of the coolest things ever. It's one of the greatest mysteries of all time. There is not much to actually say about it because no one really knows, but it's great.
All right. Anyways, so shout out to WowSuchGaming. Go subscribe to him. Shout out to RoanokeGaming. Shout out to him. Shout out to Will the Thrill 92 Gaming. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. New channel launching soon. I'm getting rid of Chris.
It's gonna be
so much better.
It'll be called Will Lore.
Yeah, exactly. That sounds terrible.
All about the lore of Will. Anyways, as always, I'm Chris.
And I'm Will.
And we are Will Lore. No, I'm just kidding. And we will see you
Next CHRILLCAST. Oh my goodness.
next podcast.